Round one. Fight! You lose. Round two. Fight! You lose. Round three. Fight!
Hey everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
So we are going to continue to work on this marble gate. We have to send my screen to my
There we
friend
go.
Sir 3K. We have not written a checklist yet for our streaming setup, so we're working on that, and so you don't have to see those orange colors. Anyway, here is the marble gate, and I have some iterations I want to talk about and try today that came up in yesterday's live stream. And this morning I kind of knew exactly what I was going to do. And now I start to look at it, and now I'm back to total confusion again. So everything is same. I hope everything is good with you. I prepared, let's see over here. I'm going to open this image in my sketchpad. Hang on for a second. This one. Okay, so if we go to the sketchpad, I can draw some lines on it. So the first thing that I thought I was going to do was to round over the corner marble path here. That was a suggestion that I thought was brilliant to prevent this. Let's do it like this. To prevent this marble from getting stuck in this wall here from pressure from the cube, like we did on some designs on the Marble Machine X. The suggestion was to round over the path so this marble sits there. And that looks pretty brilliant, right? Until I just realized this morning that, let me use another color. The green marble will get stuck on top of the red marble if we do that. So the red marble edge here is sticking in just a little bit like that. And so when the blue marble disappears down here and there's nothing there, the green marble is maybe sitting on top of this red marble. And here's my worry, because then when the red marble falls down, when we play the next note, what would happen then is my worry. Will it resolve itself automatically? So the green marble jumps over here and this marble jumps down here. Or would it actually jam on the internal edge right here? So yeah, I felt victorious 5 minutes ago, and now I'm deflated again. So that's a little bit of an issue, because that leads into our second question. We want to see if we can center the Bowden cables and have them not. There was also a suggestion, because it's so let me show that in CAD, because that's in 3D. So yesterday I was super happy actually to have the Bowden cables on the side like this. The sideways pressure is not an issue according to me here because the parts are very wide, so the pivot point is 10 millimeters wide. They have nowhere to twist and turn. So having the Bowden cables here on the right side, I thought it was a nice way to be able to put the cables exactly where I wanted them and stuff like that. And then a lot of viewers suggested to move them center. Let me just show you that. If you look at it from the front, to move them in here. Yeah, it feels nice, doesn't it? Like when it goes straight to the thing. And this under one here, no problem. We can do that. But however, this top one can only be here if this marble thing works. It can only be on the top if this kind of internal marble split thing works. So this is like so often in these design processes that I come up against like it's a house of cards kind of. Everything is related to everything else. And when there's like uncertainty in one area that affects like other areas, it's a little bit hard to know how to move on. So yeah, that was so that's what we're gonna start like thinking about today. So should the Bowden cables be centered?
Do you want to get your mind even more scattered?
Oh yeah, we had some nice suggestions.
Let's see what happened yesterday evening in the Dropbox. Let's see if anything cool is in there.
Nice, Hannes. It's a brilliant idea to start off.
Simple one, action marble gate first and foremost.
Oh, it's a hollow thing? Wait, this is cool.
I mean, yeah, right?
This is kind of cool. This we never saw, I don't think. This is cool. Dan Segelov, thank you so much for using our template.
Let's do this.
So why is my menu actually not over the template in the blank area?
Because this is from my computer.
So it's for the keynote thing. I'm now with you. So if I understand this correctly, it's like a hollow, but that thing has to be infinite thin for this to work, right? So there's a Bowden cable and it spins and it rotates the thing, half a thing. So this is actually the Pac-Man gate, but it's centered. It's centered. What? Wait, I have to CAD this.
I'm just moving you over here.
I have to figure this out. So let's go to CAD. Maybe we can have the suggestion up in the corner.
Give me 1 second, please. There we should go.
So 20. Awesome. So I have some marbles here. And then we put I'm just going to make like we put a pin here.
It is a cup that rotates around the marble.
Yeah. Is the author in chat or is it...
No, I don't think so. This was someone else.
So the cup to be able to squeeze. So to get to, so when it turns, the second marble will start to fall down and want to enter the position. So that's what I'm. So what I'm making now, I can extrude it in 3D. So we just. So what I'm making now is instead of having a cup, I'm having kind of a pin. Because the cup cannot be infinite thin.
Yeah, now we have the author in chat.
Okay, cool.
Dan Segalov.
Nice, Dan. Fun of you to be here right when we're checking your suggestion. I love your suggestion. It's intriguing. And I'm trying to kind of work out what would happen in the in-between step. So if we put a marble, let's make a sphere here.
I will fetch us some thinking oil.
Yes, good. That's what we need.
Much needed.
So we go here. Yeah, so the stick won't work, of course, because halfways everything will fall through. Okay, that's good. I saw that kind of late. Let's make the cup as per the suggestion. So I'm not cutting it. So this is only 1 millimeter now. So I think the cup will get stuck, like when the second marble wants to fall down, is my point. So let's see. This is 10. Oh, thank you.
Dan Segalov. I literally just showed up when you asked if I was here. So nice that you get to see us talking about your interesting design here.
Yeah, it is super interesting. I really love it. I think I will not be able to make it work, but let's see. And I understand that the cup can be 3D. I'm just thinking like from first principles here, just like this shape now. So when this rotates, why are they not combined? Because of this feature, it should be joined.
Perfect here from VZWhoopX. Yeah. Hello. Will there be a video up soon in a bit more condensed format with the best of moments of the streams and explanations? And every Wednesday, me and Martin do a summary video of the previous week's live streaming over on the Wintergatan main channel. So on this Wintergatan live YouTube channel, we live stream almost daily, and then we summarize every Wednesday on the main channel. So you can check those out. There's already 3 up, and we do that every week. If you don't want to watch like the hundreds and hundreds of streaming hours, and who wouldn't want to watch that? You know, level of brilliance here.
Yeah, so the summary is exactly for that purpose, and we're actually not using material from the live stream because it doesn't really make sense, but we are updating the most important thing of the project. So first of all, if I look from it at the side, it's of course important to not go over the center, because then we can actually use the space here between the marbles.
And the main concern chat has with this idea is that it has to lift the entire queue.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
And
now
then
when I'm looking at it,
the author sent in this also then. I was thinking that the cup could be replaced with 2 curved wire pieces so that they would fit between the 2 marbles either side of the center and not have to lift the queue.
yeah. So when you go, I actually think there is wait for that to. It's a very interesting idea. So that's what I'm doing here, that I'm going away from the center. And let's actually make this a 3D thing instead. So go here. It will take quite a lot of rotation. So that is I'm making it thick like this, and now I'm going to cut away the sphere using modify and using with silhouette split. No, wait, where am I? Is it on combine? Shit, I forgot. Is it? Body to split.
Yoshik Vitumane, maybe not wires, but a cup with an opening in the center so it doesn't lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to make here. If I just can remember, let's make a revolve instead, because apparently I can't remember.
Exploding at dude. Are we redesigning the escape mechanics? Right now we're checking a suggestion that a viewer uploaded yesterday.
I'm currently a little stuck with another decision for the gate, and I thought this idea was very interesting. So I just wanted to investigate this, because I never saw this gate idea.
Mm?
So here's a nice little 3D cup like this. Can actually make it a little chunkier here, so we feel a little bit more secure of ourselves. And the marble will rest in there like this. And let's also... oh, it goes over the center here. That's not good.
Arayi, just use a pin rod that moves in and out with the motion of the cable.
Sketch, please.
Sketch, please.
I'm just going to investigate this. It's annoying that I went above center. How can I fix that?
We didn't check our wardrobes today, Martin. We're wearing the same shirts.
Oh no, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. So I'm mirroring this. So then of course, how are they synced? That's another question. So the idea now is, of course, that these two kind of swings or holders are rotating around this axis, and then the marble is still not released, still not really, and it's already, I think, starting to hang on. There's my other marble. Good. So what's the difference actually between this and the Pac-Man gate? There is some difference because it's moving around the center of the marble, which is why it's so interesting.
Definitely food for thought.
Yeah, this is just free inquiry, everyone. This is not... this is probably not going to be implemented.
Yeah,
but
we're trying to understand.
yeah, so this is moving. And like so far, I think the lower marble wants to start to get moving pretty soon. We can also make the angle wider of the swing. And then when we start to come up here, and the magic here is we still haven't touched the top marble, which means that we haven't moved the cube back because we are not in the center. We're off the center. You can see there's space under the top marble. And then here, the bottom marble has fallen. The second marble is held on the backside of the swing. So let's say that now you can see the bottom marble has fallen. And then we return the movement or spin or spin forward again. We go back and boom, boom, it falls down again and gets ready for the next shot. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, cool, right?
Very cool. What would happen if the angle is wider? So if we go into the sketch,
Dan says here, I made it 110 degrees rotation to clear either way.
yeah, so in the gate currently I have a 16-degree pivot of and I checked yesterday for Bowden cables. They don't want to pull super long. So I think like in the escapement gate that we're working on, the 16-degree pivot is much easier to handle than 110. That's quite a lot. But let's just look. Now I made it longer, which I think if we do the same exercise, I think like now when the top one is being held, the lower marble is not moving. This would work, I think. I think this is a fantastic, completely new.
Yeah.
I saved it as the Segelov gate. So it's like when someone discovers a star. You just wrote yourself into the history books of marble gating, Don Segelov.
And it is like Yoshik Vitumane says, it's a Pac-Man gate, but very space saving.
Yeah, and it sort of feels better than a Pac-Man gate in my mind, because I think it is really cool. How cool would it be if you just wanted a continuous flow and you just kept this rotating? So if you just wanted like a continuous flow, you can just keep this rotating and feed one marble at the rhythm, and any rhythm you want to feed it.
So Rod, it is possible that it might drop 2 marbles or cause an open valve.
How?
And also people are talking a little bit about the pressure that will be building up. Like Rod Kaplan says, it's just a hammer falling 1,000,000 times during a show with the marbles dropping down. So I guess the pressure will be pretty tough on the part down there.
Yeah, I think like here, when it comes here, as soon as the below marble drop and the whole queue falls on this, the whole queue falls on the backside of the gate, the weight, then you have to spin the gate with the pressure of the whole queue on top of it. That's the weakest point of the design. You're right about that. Anyway, the Segilov gate, everyone, that was super cool. Let's see what this nice sound is.
Aaron Anderson just wanted to support us with a little super chat there. So we say thank you to Aaron. Have a wonderful day and thank you for the support.
Thank you so much. And thanks to Segilov for the Segilov gate. Let's check the next suggestion.
Yeah. Let's see what we have.
So we're in the Marblegate folder right now because that's to the stream. Bowden cable attachment point, Bowden cable, single plane Bowden. Yes, this is the idea. I want to do this. I can do it. Square box tubing mount. I want to do this if I think that the marbles are not jamming inside the gate, which I'm more nervous about today than yesterday. Oh, but wait, can you go back one? It's the spring. The spring is down there. Yeah, that's where I wanted to put the springs, but only if we can put it on the backside by Psychotics. Thanks for using the template. Wow, everyone is using the template.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Wait, Psychotic. Did you just solve the jamming? Incoming marbles enter above resting marbles, so they will be pushed down rather than get pitched from high marble pressure or get pushed up and float. Jam. Huh. Huh. So this is great. This is actually super, super helpful. Psychotic, so simple. Yeah, so the direction of the... Ooh, this is brilliant. So simple. Instead of moving... If we go back to the sketch pad. So instead of doing this curve, I think you might just have solved it, Psychotic. Instead of doing this curve where the problem is that this marble could get hanging in the air, and the issue is the pinching here from this force, Psychotic just makes simplest of tweaks and moves the cue up here, and then we can think of the forces like in billiards when you're doing the angles. This sideways pressure is now angled like this, which means so only thing is that will it then pushes over there when needed. So we can't do it completely from the top. But we can control we can prototype and see what angle jams the least. So instead of causing a lot of pressure here, wanting to lift this marble up and this marble gets stuck, now mostly it's just a downward pressure on both of these lines. I think it's a great idea and very helpful, exactly for what I had the problem with today's stream. So thanks, Psychotic. I think I'm gonna use it actually. Makes sense.
Oh, there we go. Ove Lundgren.
Josek Vitumane. Springs directly on the cables. Fixture for Bowden cable integrated on main body. Backgate fixed in the square tubing. Spy save, no moving parts between gates. Yeah, so this is exactly what I was planning to do. If we could fix the jam issue. So a lot of people wanted to, including Yoshik V2Mana here, wanted to get rid, I think, of the metal bracket. Let me show that in CAD. So to get rid of this thing with the bends in it and stuff like that. And I'm still championing this part. It's a cheap, very reliable, easy to manufacture part. I know the supplier, 24/7 Steel, for example. And doing the Bowden cable in the POM, to me, feels slightly risky. But depending on the cable... And somewhere we have to hold it up in the air as well, the thing. And the POM is much more expensive than the metal. So this simple bracket is kind of nice, I feel. Because if we're... I also like to keep structural parts a little bit from functional parts. So if the Bowden cables are all connected to the square tubing, it's just more of a sense that everything is connected to everything, and it's less modular thinking. So I'm still championing this bracket, but let's go back and see.
And Rosero is in chat. This stream is going to be interesting. I'm afraid I'm not going to get much work in today.
Nice to see you, Rosero. It's a good suggestion from Tumana. Put a square tube below the lower Bowden cable. It will be more easy for maintenance if you need to remove the gate. That's a good point. It could be down. Can I move this down here, perhaps? Then the bracket will be even more invisible, more space kind of around the marbles. Okay, cool. Nice idea. Next one. Compact helical marble gate. Wow. Simple design to simplify the marble design. Gate is made more vertical in design with a simple linear to angular system to spin a helix to drop the marbles. By Greg Miller. Spiral wrapping around the ink which pumps the marbles. Wow. It doesn't feel so simple though, but it's really, really cool. Bowden cable to drop marbles. Ah, so it's an inverted Archimedes screw. You usually use the Archimedes screw to lift balls, and here you rotate it. It's actually another cool marble gate idea, but it's complicated, a lot of small moving parts, but really cool. And thanks for using the template. It's like everyone using the template. Oh, and then right there, not.
Oh, that's hard to see.
Centralized cables. It's the same idea that Yoshik has, I think. Everyone loves the centralized cables. Let's see the next one.
The Moen?
Oh, the Moen has the same idea as Psychotic. This will allow one channel to be played at a time. The far-fetched edge case for this jamming is if a marble is magically balancing on the tip. Hopefully nothing else. Nice to see the Moen one of the true engineers of the Y split gate at it again. The moment solved the. So this, however, this makes me. I'm sure we can design something that is 100% reliable as long as the gate is not running dry, and hopefully be able also to play like the right channel 2 times in a row. Possible design for the wide divider. So this is awesome, Moen. This makes me feel that I can center the Bowden cables and that we somehow can figure out the split internally at a later stage. Forward angle.
Oh, Seymour Schaller, the watchmaker.
Ah, cool. Forward angle so the wheel pushes the gate back. Yeah, so we don't want, or maybe you mean, yeah, this, I don't think we want this on the marble gate. 'Cause I might be misunderstanding the concept, but as far as I know, I think we don't want the gate to move backwards at all. But thank you so much for the suggestion. And sorry if I misunderstand it. Marble gate versus divider. Current design, marbles are turning and are divided at the same spot. Suggested design, let the marbles turn as a single row and then divide in 2 rows. So that's a little more like Moen did it.
Yeah.
And with this design, we cannot put the Bowden cable centered, or we have to put it in a very different angle, which means that I like to have it on the side more. That's a nice presented suggestion. Gate plate mounting idea removes the need for a lot of screws. Individual gates should be removed and quickly remounted. Oh, that's cool, but I think it will rattle and stuff. But it's a really, really cool idea. So the idea is that you can like hang the gates on there and just lock them in place with a pin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh yeah, and of course the idea is that we can't access them. This is a beautiful suggestion. I'm just worried about it moving sideways.
Mike Partridge sent that in.
Okay, beautiful, Mike.
Yeah, that's it for now.
Okay, cool. That was wonderful and super. Thank you, Hannes, and thanks everyone, because everything was related to exactly the problems I want to solve today.
Yep.
So here's the issue. You can see where I want. So these Bowden cables are not on random positions. They are actually exactly 40 millimeters from the pivot points here and up here are at very precise locations. And if we put the marbles like from higher, like the suggestions, we can do that, but then we have to have the connection on the side.
And I also want to add here that the Moen,
Yep.
his Y-splitter angled, he also uploaded a Fusion file.
Ah,
If you want to take a look at that.
nice.
Yep.
So fun that everyone is not giving up on this. It's an amazing bunch of fantastic people.
Believers.
Yeah. Although hope is not a strategy anymore, as it was in the first 2 machines.
Here we go. Just positivity sipping through out of your ears.
You hate when I say that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's okay. So first, we have to think first principles. We can go back to not splitting inside the gate and pushing the and have twice amount of tubes and pushing the problem elsewhere. But I think it's too early cop out. The first like suggestion from Psychotic might just do the trick actually. Because here, let me just demonstrate why I don't want to round the corner, which I thought yesterday was brilliant. Because if we put this marble here, this marble cannot fall straight down anymore. It's obstructed by the marble. So the round corner is not working. But to put these 3 marbles slightly higher, I think it's pretty brilliant.
Alex Lyman is wondering what design goal is driving the desire for a Y split inside the gates. Is it the cost of the additional tubes?
This is a beautiful first principle question. I was worried about space more than cost. And I was also worried about multiple marble dividers. But there might be as we talked about yesterday. Let's maybe sketch this. It's the correct question to start with actually. What design goal is driving the desire for a Y split? Is it the cost of the additional tubes? So it's this. I think it's most of all the real estate cost, which meaning the space. So if we have 74 tubes to route versus 37, it's kind of big difference. And when I drew this yesterday, we discovered that we need one marble divider here, A, and one marble divider here, B. So I think this will be determined if is there an advantage of having the marble dividers split up because they're gonna be less busy. And we actually had issue that the marble divider was too slow on the Marble Machine X. And if the tubes are on top of each other, so they're always in line. So if we look at them from the top, here's tube A, and tube B is immediately under, then they're not using more sideways space. They're only using height.
So Rod, so instead of one divider with 74 holes, you want 38 marble dividers.
It's more, I think, 2 dividers with 37 holes each. And instead I want so not exactly, but kind of. And I think we're making these POM parts anyway, and I thought it was a very space efficient way to just incorporate directly in there. And this is a typical thing that, because I don't have, it should just be prototyped basically. I think, because if it turns out it works, it is very, 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 very nice. But the one thing that's turning me on to this multiple divider idea is that, if I don't remember mistakenly, the divider was too slow on the Marble Machine X, wasn't it? But then an unsolved thing is that, how do I choose what marbles to send into A and what marbles to send into B? That's the next thing.
A rod cap on kind of what we discussed here. This is the same problem that you had on the MMX with the marbles divider filling the tubes. You're now building it into the gates. So is it multiplying the problem, or?
Yeah, I agree and I don't agree, because it's it can't really it's not the same. It's really not the same when it's an ended channel and it's only two. But I do agree with the sentiment that we should maybe solve this problem elsewhere. Perhaps. Marble divider filling the tubes. So physically, it's not. It's really, really different, I would say, than the marble divider. But theoretically, I was just scared about. It would look cool with 74 tubes, to be honest. Like it would be like, and the marble reservoir can either be much shorter. Oh, so the tubes could maybe be shorter because we have twice the pipes.
And it's like Yoshik says here also, I'm not particularly worried about having the wire split in the gate. It just have to be tested and fine-tuned. So yeah, it's all about the prototyping and testing with that one. But I can see the worry from the viewers as well when you just think about, okay, so the divider was a problem in the Marble Machine X. Let's just add them in all the gates.
Yeah, that is it doesn't translate precisely,
No.
but I yesterday I wasn't worried, and I have a track record for not worrying enough. Okay, so let's investigate excluding them from the gate. If we go back to CAD, so let's just think about what happens if we I'm just going to do a little nasty copying here.
And Elaine Anderson says here, good morning, Martin Hannes. Is everything going smoothly with the cat movie in Hannes? Had me laughing, but I'm sympathetic. None of my cats have been bosom buddies. Hope it all goes smoothly. Thank you so much, Elaine. So far, so good. Everything is going much better than I expected. They're not sitting and crying for hours. That was my main concern. They seem more interested than hateful right now.
Hannes just merged one cat with two other cats, and he was on paternity leave yesterday, and this afternoon this afternoon he will go on paternity leave again.
Stav with the question, is the giant funnel still a thing if it hasn't been angle grinded yet? Making it out of fabric could be an answer. Should be quiet and flexible.
That's a brilliant suggestion. I think that's exactly how we're gonna solve it. We're gonna have one funnel catching everything, and just a mosquito net or some see-through thing on a tiny little steel construction. You just grab the marbles and having them softly going down into a collector. I love the suggestion, so thank you so much for that and for the support. So here's where life becomes hard. If we do this double-decker thing and we fix the marble divider somewhere else, the centering of the Bowden cable is at risk. Or I just have to pull that one up further. Oh, wait, I can move. No, I have it. I think I have it. I can move this up. Yeah, I can move. Yeah, that's... So I don't want to put... Let's see if I can show you. Let's remove the sketches. I'm really in two minds here. Sometimes, because I think the Y split is possible, but of course it is. To be skeptical is probably like the correct approach. So this is my issue. I don't want to angle this cable like this, because then it has to make a huge bend. So the more height we build into the gate with the marbles, the higher this Bowden cable has to be, and the more the cable has to bend on the way from the registrators. But that's probably a lesser issue than if the marble jams. I wish I had my 3D printer here. Our neighbors have a printer. We might be able to print something.
Yeah.
But I don't have the correct marbles either right now. I'm going to get my printer that Rosero designed. I'm going to get it here soon. And then I'm going to use it for a lot of prototyping in the live streams.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be really fun. And helpful. So I think I'm thinking the speed issue, to have two marble dividers and just calm down, calm the marbles down in the dividers. Because I think the flow through of the marble divider on Marble Machine X was an issue. And splitting it up on two by having two pipes like I just showed could actually be something. It's just team-centered Bowden cables is going to be disappointed. Wait, here now I have a first principle idea.
Yep, Bernards. Hello, Martin H3K. I was thinking if you have just two entrances on the top, you can figure out how to feed it later, separate the functionality into different modules.
Yes, I think, thank you, Jep, eller Joep. It's a great idea, and it's very aligned with my latest thoughts here. So, I'm trying to learn first principles thinking. It's super cool, but I'm not so good at it. So we have A, and we have B, and here we have marble divider. 37 node marble divider, plus we have Y split in the gate. So here we have 2 problems to solve. B, we have 37 node MDiv, and we have 37 node MDiv. So on this side, so here we have 2 problems. Here we have 1 problem. Meaning we can actually, we know that we need to solve this. Needs to be solved anyway. Why not copy paste it? Why invent a problem over here that we don't need to have? Best problem is no problem.
Yeah. And as Doro says here also, if it would jam, it would be easier to fix it outside the marble gate.
Bye bye Y split. Bye bye Y split.
You're gone!
Get out of here.
Get out of here! Take your design and split. Woo!
Okay. A whole new world.
Oh, sorry for that.
No. Oh yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's actually do that, which might also lead to, because
I just need to put this up. Dustin McKenzie, more like Y split.
So I was a little sad yesterday that you don't see anything, and I'm not going to say that, but perhaps when we don't have the Y split, perhaps I can increase visibility of the marbles in the gates. Ooh, I have an idea actually how to do that. Pretty epic idea.
Fred base. Yes. Another module.
Okay, cool. So I just want to say
Exploding at dude. Yes. This feels so good. Pain is temporary. Angle grind the Y splitter.
So this, I love the chat with you all. You're really helping me with some critical thinking and to get to these things. We have worked a lot with these things, and we know that marbles are inherently evil.
Yeah. Oh, just take a look at that one up there. That's an evil one. Just wanted to... I know chat was wondering if he was here today. This is the true evil one. In cahoots with all the marbles.
Yeah. The Evil Mole Federation plus Wilson as a secret agent. In cahoots with the marbles. Okay. So this is good. I want to show you a really cool website I found yesterday with Bowden cables. I'm just going to bring it up here. Just to get the discussion in a little bit. No, it's not these. Carl Stahl techno cables.
Techno cables.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I ever wanted to work with a company.
The techno cables.
Wait, let's see where I can find it. Carl Stahl techno cables products. Look at this. So this is why Bowden cables are so cool. You can have these threaded endpoints, and they go through super nicely. This link is in the PBS in the design requirement, so they go through super nicely. Look at all these nice end alternatives.
There's almost like a clevis joint.
Yeah, this is
clevis yoke.
This is the clever. That's why people want the Bowden cable centered over the mechanism, because it would just be mechanically beautiful. We just have to see how we can do that. But now, yeah, there is a little new world now without the Y splitter. We might be able to have 2 incoming marbles but lower, and this might be brilliant. So these end splitters are beautiful, and you can kind of adjust the length because they're like on a thread there. And then you can combine. So this website is beautiful. So spiral sheets, reduce friction and wear, spiral end connections, bulk wire rope, end terminals. So they are kind of breaking everything down. And then they have some kind of concavex. Look at these Bowden cable. How cool are they? It's some kind of gooseneck, stiff Bowden cables. I want this. So I have to contact these people because they're making custom. See when I can find.
Let's see if I can find the website.
We are your reliable Bowden cable supplier and manufacturer. We produce your individual Bowden cable or push-pull Bowden cable according to your requirements. As a manufacturer, we can ensure a multitude of functions by choosing the right components. We also create your micro Bowden cable. Our customized Bowden cables, including micro Bowden cables, are used in various industries. We develop customer-specific solutions for mechanical engineering, the automotive industry, or garden tool technology. So some collaboration with something like this, and we should be able to get like very, very, very good expertise Bowden cable solutions. They will know, for example, with my pulling force, they will know what diameter of cable to use. They will know. I'm just worried that it's always made for very heavy duty, and I think we are very, very light duty. So, isn't this a nice website?
Beautiful. And I put the link in the chat so people can check it out if they want to.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually off screen. I'm just going to shoot them an email right now on the stream.
Tessa Devote, do they have them in different colors? You could make a rainbow at the front of the machine or do a different color for each instrument.
Oh, cool. Rainbow in front of the machine.
Yeah, and color match cables with instruments. Make it contextual clear.
That would look beautiful. I can't copy their email. So I'm going to take the liberty to do some things like this sometimes during the streams.
Oh no, yeah, this is our work days. You need to do this also.
Yeah. So it would be fun to call them, but
a German company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to Bowden cables for marble machine.
Oh, Yoshik Vitumane, black and white cable for the vibraphone. Ooh.
Oh, that's nice. Hi, my name is Martin. I made this machine. 200 million views on YouTube. Why not?
Add it.
Million views.
Please love
YouTube.
me. Love me.
Please love me. I just have to find the link for the machine. Yeah, so please entertain the crowd. 204 million views on YouTube.
204?
Yeah, I was way under.
Oh my.
I made this machine 204. No, that sounds petty. I'm going to round it down to 200. 200 views on YouTube. I am currently developing a new and better machine that requires high quality Bowden cables. Could I order them from you? Question mark.
And as Memeplex says there, like and subscribe, and we usually forget to do all this stuff, but this helps us immensely. If you who are watching subscribe to this channel, like the videos, and for those of you who want to contribute, I know people are still wondering where can I support you guys. Sans Martin canceled the Patreon when he canceled the MMX project. Well, the few ways you can support us nowadays is through super chats here on the live streams, or you can buy the merch, the shirts and posters and stuff like that, and you have everything you need on the wintergatan.net website. We love you eternally for all your support.
So I have the mail for Techno cables ready. I'm not suggesting a sponsorship. I'm just asking if I can order them from them. And then I kind of hope that the employee who's receiving the mail is like, it knows everything about the machine. We'll see. Send. I've asked them anyway. So thanks for letting me do that. It's the later in the project, it's going to be a lot about finding the correct suppliers and then designing the parts for them. But my new idea that I had this morning actually is what I call an in-between CAD. So I think what we should do here is that we should just have an abstract Bowden cable for pretty long. We shouldn't try to define exact this Bowden cable because we haven't figured out, we're not on that level yet. So I think what I want to do is that I want to do a granular blocking of the whole machine. So what I mean is that this CAD right here of this Bowden cable is almost enough because it tells us, okay, we're going to have a Bowden cable there. It's not saying which Bowden cable, how big is it, how long will it travel, how will we adjust it, blah, 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 blah. That has to be taken from the specifications of the actual cable we can use later. But I think what I got bogged down in the first machine is to kind of, it's exactly this bolt, it's exactly this spring, blah, 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 when I haven't solved the surface level problems yet. So let's not... It's kind of annoying for me because I know all the other parts in this design, but let's leave things like that to later. And maybe there's a super nice employee at Carl Technocable who can help me and willing to spend some time. Maybe even take a meeting in a live stream to talk about it. Would be really cool. So, cool. Let's look. Oh, I pivoted this. Maybe I can pivot it down. No. Okay, so now I want to make this lower.
Do it. And while you do that, here's a little story that will bring a tear to your eye from Dr. Noobstein. In all seriousness, I bought the MMX poster in the largest size and framed it. And every single Zoom call I have had for the past 2 years, it has been featured in the background. Also, I wear the shirt weekly. True, beautiful fan out there. Thank you so much for that. That's so nice to hear.
That's fantastic. I love the posters as well, and the t-shirt actually, but the posters are nice on the wall.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Tessa is back here. This whole project is becoming a masterclass in design. I love that you're showing everything from A to Z. even shooting emails at suppliers.
Well, thank you. This is the idea behind the series. It was most of my time is spent like in emails and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's fun to hear that. It's fun to hear that it's okay. We're hanging out together, and some of us are listening to us as a radio while you're doing other work, and we love that. And so it's fun to hear. So what I did the other day is that I pivoted. I'm thinking about the height. I'm thinking of this Bowden cable connection. But I can. So one solution is to just. Oh, now both wheels goes up. Is to just put this one higher. Okay, we have to go back to the first sketch and start over. I'm going to save. I think I'm going to save a copy. No, I don't have to. I can export. No, I already exported. No, I don't have to save a copy. So yeah, we're down to the first sketch again. Where's my things?
Doro is wondering, keeping you in check here. And has the mail to Spekuma also been sent out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice, Doro. I'm talking to Spekuma about the marbles from RGP. Turns out Spekuma is agent for RGP balls. So, okay, I have my glitch where I'm not seeing the browser and I'm not seeing the view things here. I think I have to perhaps restart Fusion. Sometimes the view options are disappearing. Hide navigation bar.
Maculalsla. Oh, sorry for butchering that name.
Oh, I have it.
Martin, do you know that you can simulate motion in Fusion by using a joint function in the assemble section?
Yes. I'm bad at it. I can use contact sets. I think you mean contact sets.
Contact sets.
I'm not aware of any. If there's another way apart from contact sets and joints, but those I know about. But I'm pretty bad at them. Okay, here we go. Object visibility sketches.
Mark Guitar. I am designing a harp guitar at the moment, and watching your design process in the background has helped me immensely as I approach the engineering problem of 500 kilos of string tension on an acoustic.
Wow, cool. That sounds fantastic. Please send us the YouTube video when project is done. Would love to see it. So I wanted to explain.
Linus Öberg is wondering, SKF question mark? I guess an email, right?
Yeah. SKF. Oh yes. No, that has fallen out. That has fallen out. I need like a person to handle this. And I'm a useless boss. So and I don't have any money since I canceled Patreon. So
we're stuck here.
So Linus, do you want to become supplier responsible for the marble machine? Shoot me an email. Because I think you. No, I'm useless. I'm useless with that. It's a little bit too early in the process. I'm going to design first and then go into a hard supplier thing. So what I wanted to explain here is that the pivot of these escapements can it can either be like this, but it can also be on the next step. So it can be, never mind the right one, that's just a mirror copy. It can be down here as well.
And just some quick troubleshooting here. Memeplex says, I'm trying to open a double gate from yesterday with Fusion, but it's an SAT file and it can't open it? ?
So Memeplex, I saw that. I saved it with the wrong file format. My Fusion opened it when I double clicked it. But what I'm going to do for you is that I'm going to export, because I was thinking anyway, I'm going to export this right away as a step. I think I took the wrong thing. .sat. I meant step. So doublegate April 5 STP. And if you refresh the site in 1 minute, you will have the step file.
Nice. And speaking of nice, Alex Lyman with the incredible support here. And the statement here, should bring back the Patreon. Super chats not available on video on demand. This is my first time actually catching the live stream. It's like 1 a.m. for me. And I'm the best case side for those in the Americas.
That is very, 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 very nice of you. And yeah, we'll see. I really appreciate it. If a lot of especially Americans were totally
angry with you,
angry with me for canceling the Patreon because you're so generous over there. If this machine is promising, and we're really going to go through with it, maybe I'll come up with some alternative. But until then, I don't want to sell the butter before it's made. But very, very appreciated it. Very appreciated. So if we move the pivot one thing down like this, I can reduce the height of the whole gate on top. And then so I'm just thinking about how we can save the centering. But then this Bowden cable comes further down. It doesn't really help. So if we want to center the Bowden cable, which would be so beautiful, we should really try that. This is what I'm thinking about now. It's not so clear. Let me maybe sketch it for you so I can show you what I'm actually thinking about before diving in here.
Linus says, haha, we'll keep in touch.
Nice.
So let's see.
So we have 2 rows of marbles coming in now like this. I think they're doing a turn like this.
An exploding dude. We do need Patreon back. People want to throw money at you.
Yeah,
they're so generous.
It's fantastic. It's really appreciate it. It's I didn't felt I deserved it, honestly. Like, this is the imposter syndrome thing, because I felt that it was for a project that had failed. And yeah.
And Dan Segolov is back. Sir 3K, we will need to control the marble after it's dropped to reduce from how the arm releases the marble. There will be a small chaos factor as the marble is dropped off the arm.
Yes, very good, Seglov. I totally agree. Chaos factor is also a good word. Here's the pivot point. And here's
Let's
the pivot
see
point.
what Blomman has said here. What if you angle the lever 90 degrees on the latching arm? Then you don't need to do the arm longer and can run the Bowden tube more from above. Will allow marbles from above, etc.
Yeah, so then that's possible. Only thing is more friction in the Bowden cable, because you have kind of a longer curve for the Bowden cable, and that is I'm slightly nervous about that, because I think there is some friction, could be some potential friction issues with that. And you kind of want the same friction for all channels. So the timing isn't different in different tempos and stuff. So where is the cable coming in here?
Sorod. There's a lot of talk about Patreon still here, but as Sorod says, we pay for entertainment, not the machine. Your streams and videos are your product.
It's very helpful to hear this
And
perspective.
Jope Bernards, hey Martin, I think the patrons want to give you money for the process, not just the result that may or may not come about.
Yeah, it's
I'm just hammering in here.
yeah. I'm very happy for this.
Tessa, maybe bring it back, but only with low amounts, so you won't feel like people are spending tons of money on you. Yet you still have some income to hire necessary staff for the project.
That's beautiful feedback from y'all. I really appreciate it. So
Casadan, even though the project might have failed, all the entertainment is still there and have already been appreciated by many. It's good for us to remind ourselves also.
it is. So what I wanted to explain here is this green measurement and the red measurement are not random. So when we design this gate, so these are the distances. Let me redo that one. These are the distances from the pivots down to the marble release and from the Bowden cable attachment to the pivot. So these red and green distances, I can maybe move it so we can see it better. There we go. They're not random. They are pretty important. And for example, something that gets lost on a lot of people, the longer the green measurement, the longer, the tighter music. And that is because we have a leverage. So if the Bowden cable, we do blue for movement, the Bowden cable moves 10 millimeters like this. This arm has a leverage, so it will move, say, if it's twice the length. If green is twice the length as red, this will move 20 millimeters. And I want marble to be opened like instantaneously. So the more leverage we have, the more difference between the green and the red distance, the tighter I think the marble is being dropped in different tempos of the music. Which means that I can make, what I used to try before, is that I can move this down like this to decrease this red measurement, but that will make the music less tight. I can increase here, but that will make the Bowden cable bend more. So if we go back to CAD, and if we put the Bowden cables on the side, like I did yesterday, we don't have to make the same trade-offs. But so that's why I'm hesitating to just diving into sketching the first marble tracks, because this is what I'm thinking about.
Someone who's not hesitating is exploding at dude. I just want to give you money. Bring back Patreon.
You're all fantastic.
You know what? It doesn't stop there. Let's have another one
Gonna
here.
live up to this.
Om G-stav. Another option as well is more merch. I, for example, would love a Wilson putter. Many Swedish disc manufacturers to reach out for a collab. Imagine, Martin, you having your own Wilson putter.
Oh, that is so. That's a really fun idea. That's a really fun idea.
And this I love. Matthias Hansson. I agree with the previous speakers. We want the process. We're in love with the process.
So, did you send them the link to the speech? Can't you put it in chat?
Yeah, I will find the right one.
There is a fantastic motivational speech that Hannes is referencing to.
Just need here. Also, we got Chris Barry with some nice support here. Bring back Patreon super chat train.
Okay. Thank you so much.
We see your statements here.
It's fun. It's wonderful. So yeah, I kind of just started from scratch in this, and so now you're capturing me in when everything is possible mode. So I have to think about what I should, if I should keep all the pivots. So I thought pretty rigorously about the pivot positions. So I'm thinking of if I should try to lower the marbles, or if we should just accept the bended Bowden cable and move on with our lives. What do you think, Hannes?
I think Tuba Satan, Sir 3K, keep chipping away at Martin's imposter syndrome. Hopefully the community can fuel your battle to slay this dragon. The support is pouring in now, Martin. We unleash the floodgates here. People are sending their love. Let's see if I can find this video.
It's funny with the, thank you so much. It's funny with the imposter syndrome. I think it's never going to go away, actually. So
it's what keeps you humble also.
So yeah. So now I really need to get going with the designing here.
You know what, Martin? I would just keep doing this. This is what happens. Dustin McKenzie, thank you for the hours of entertaining background noise. You've totally earned this.
Oh, it's too sweet. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to start to arc these marbles. That sounded like radio.
It was YouTube commercial, you know.
Don't you have premium?
Not on our streaming.
Ah,
I have premium, of course, on my own account.
good.
Yeah, I'm gonna post this motivational that you and me always refer to when we're at the gym.
Very much for CAD, actually.
Also for Ken, yeah.
So I'm just randomly checking here how path would maybe look.
About to be in love with the process.
I really want I really want a win for this whole community, and not only for myself, for us all who has been like interested in this process for all. I know it's about the process, but I really would like a win for everyone to build something that works.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna push so freaking hard to do this, but not unreasonable. Chimes, I hear chimes. This is from Tech Beck. You can do anything. They believe, Martin.
That is so sweet.
They believe in you.
I believe in you.
South Park?
Yes. So thank you for that. And I'm trying to... So right now what's happening in my head is that I know exactly how to do this if I only accept that the Bowden cable will stick up. So what you're seeing here is kind of the new marble entrances. And how the Bowden cable would be angled. And I don't know how much friction there is in a Bowden cable. And I don't like that it has to twist around. Because when you pull it, it has to twist around the whole surface. And if it's straight, it's almost just... So it's a really difficult decision to make. Can we put it somewhere else? No.
Alex Lyman is back with another supportive message for you, Martin. The best part of imposter syndrome is that when you succeed, you get to be happily surprised, but when you fail, you get to tell people, I told you so. Win, win.
That's funny. That's a good way to see it, actually. I am freaking out over these Bowden cables.
And a suggestion wrapped in a super chat from Jonathan Lindeskog. Do you still need the dropper arm? Isn't the gear exact on its own?
Yeah, so the gear is too slow. The dropper arm, so we can go back to the sketch pad. Thanks to the green thing having a leverage and opening very quickly, the dropper arm is releasing the marble very much more precise at like this, while the gear is slowly turning, which gives them maybe fall here, maybe fall here, maybe fall here, maybe fall here. So we can't, unfortunately, it would be so beautiful, but we can't drop the marble directly from the gear. Everyone wants me to, but the dropper arm has proven to be able to play very tight music on the Marble Machine X, and it's kind of one of these validated things that I'm not going to take away.
Gerlando Caldara. Hello, Martin. I'm happy to see you work on the machine again. It's sad to hear that you failed, but I disagree too. It's not failing when everyone is happy to see your awesome work videos.
That is nice.
Yeah, great
nice
to have you back here as well. Glad you found us on this Wintergatan live channel.
Wow, I'm getting like support overload right now. So it's fantastic.
That's what everyone needs on Tuesdays.
While I'm just staring at the same thing, like doing this, I'm swiveling it around and I'm not working. I'm not doing anything because I'm thinking.
Oh, you're entangled.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Tim Schäfer, can't you drill a hole through POM and put Bowden on other side?
Yeah, so then the marbles will be in the way. But this is good. It's good. So what really annoys me is that I'm not against having the Bowden cables on the sides. That's what really annoys me. But if we put them center, we can skip some of these ugly bolts.
Luis Arrigoni, with the MM3 assembled externally, will a documentary be made on the construction of the final machine?
Yes.
We will document and we will visit, of course, where it's assembled and all the workshops and stuff like that. So you people get to see some cool behind the scenes stuff there as well.
I think the Wintergatan Wednesdays will return at that point. We're going to show assembly footage each week. So this project is going to be more and more fun the longer we go. If we continue.
Even more fun than this? I don't think we can handle that, Martin.
Okay, now I have to get going with the design here. how to solve this conundrum. So okay, there's another. Let's go back to first principles again. We had one of my favorite screens here. So we realized that we're gonna skip the Y-split through this. Let's try to do the same on the centered Bowden cables. Centered. You tried to fix the spelling of that, and there was a lot of different.
Centered.
Is this one of the correct versions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Centered Bowden. Cons. Pros. Cons. Longer route. Parenthesis. Friction. I can rest my palm now. Try to write nicer. Pros. Fewer parts. Elegant. It's going to look crazy nice. Elegant. What else? Hang on here. Maybe we can, if we put it in the... Okay. Oh, look at this. I just realized some... No.
Tim Fokker. You could also put a small wheel to angle the cable. And Yoshik Vitumane adds there, good idea. It's possible to have two cables connected by a wheel as a means to avoid sharp bends on a single cable.
That's how it works. Then it's two Bowden cables instead of one there, and it's a wheel in between. Aha, that's cool. I didn't think of that. So thanks, chat, for...
And there we have Stag 162. In Australia, it's centered.
Okay, cool. Wow, that looks very strange in writing. So another pros for centered Bowden is the gate width. This is a big thing, actually. Smaller. Pulls in line, no side twist.
And another suggestion wrapped in a beautiful contribution here from Daz Hole. Wouldn't rounding the Bowden cable through the top and bottom make manufacturing simpler? Same operation, just flipped and squished together like a sandwich.
So that whole, thanks so much. And I was just thinking about this 1 minute ago. And I was looking at because my issue is that this top Bowden cable is too high. But I think maybe you and other people are right that if we actually route it through the POM, this top one, I guess what you mean is that we just cut. We cut a half hole in each part and we sandwich them together, and that becomes the hole for the Bowden cable. So the Bowden cable sticks directly out of the top, which makes it lower, and yeah, that could be something. I should CAD it to explain what I mean. I think you meaning putting them in the POM, and I think it could work.
Tim Schäfer is wondering, is there an idea for a double gate with only one Bowden cable? Push and pull? Or
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
How could that work? And Lee Smith with a reminder, don't forget to route the cables in such a way that they are easily replaced.
That's a good point.
And Das Hole says exactly.
For that comment.
Yeah, for routing through the POM,
Okay.
I guess.
You know what? Let's do that now. I'm thinking on how to proceed with the kind of messy CAD as well. So what's happening now is that we changed course, and it just takes some time to turn this ship slowly around.
Yeah.
That is my head. You know what we should do? We should do what Das Hole is suggesting.
Yeah, and he also says here, that is exactly what I mean. Could save some complexity and slim down the design.
So I'm just going to build on top of this. Let's accept the turn in the bounding cable. On a bike, it's turning a lot. Here, I think it would still be like... I can't let go of the fact that a straight Bowden cable is going to be so much nicer than a bent one.
Yeah.
I can't let go of that.
The wheel idea then?
Yeah, that is adding so much parts. And still it will be...
Michael Ratzel, maybe first finish removing the Y-split. And Kazadan, make a copy first. So it doesn't go to waste, this one.
Let's start there. Good idea. Let's start right there.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
Save as double gate, no split. It's a brand new world.
Memeplex says you can bend the cable on the sleeve part.
Mm-hmm. Also, when I'm slowing down, it's because I'm excited that I think this actually will work really nice. So then I'm like, ooh, it's so good. So I'm just want to bask in the glory of the functionality. It will work. It will work great. And I'm looking at this in CAD. It's ridiculous. Let's fix the... okay. So you have to be patient then. I'm going to do it from scratch.
Exploding at dude, add length to the lever, then you won't need to angle the cable. Length of travel doesn't matter, question mark.
So this is nice exploding at dude. It comes back to the proportions. So if we go to the sketch pad, currently, both gates, the red and the green distances are the same for both sides, which will ensure that both gates have the same musical timing. If we make, for example, this red length up here longer, we are messing up that ratio. Which could give music timing issues in different tempos, just because of the way how the programming wheel moves and the way how the green thing is opening the marble down here. But the thing that we could do is maybe to make this green thing longer. That means it opens faster. Or we just move the whole package up. We move the whole thing up. But it will it will. I really tried to keep the two sides exactly the same. So this is what I can't solve. But let's start CADing.
Let's start CADing.
Yeah. Let's start CADing.
Mats Kjesrud, accessibility from bottom and top on centered Bowden cables.
Yeah, Mats, you're very right about that. That has to go into the pros and cons list because we actually had, in this right here, from the topics that we wrote in yesterday's live stream, we had point 5 here, accessibility for adjusting when assembled. And it's a major pro for the centered. So thanks, Mats, for reminding me. Access, wrong spelled probably. Ability when assembled. Start to be more pros, right?
Yeah.
So let's try to CAD that.
I love this also from Olson Art Studio. Bask in the glory of functionality. Quote of the day.
I'm going to try to rescue. Why can't I make an arc? I'm going to try to rescue this CAD.
Lucas K. Maybe playing with a Bowden cable would alleviate some of this apprehension.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's a very, very good point. I have never worked with Bowden cables. I can't. I don't know if the friction is like a huge issue or if it's a non-issue. So that's exactly what I'm missing right now. I don't really know.
Yeah. Need to get the feel of it.
Yeah.
Sound workshop. I think the key measurement is ratio from red to green. Make red and green longer in proportion. Also lift escapement wheel. This will lift the top cable attach point.
This is exactly what I want to do, but I can't do it similar for both of the gates.
Oh yeah.
The ratio from red to green is, I really want it the same on both ends. So, and I want the drop point to be the same as well. So that's why we're stuck. Oh wait, the ratio. Oh no, then I need longer. No, wait. Ah! Wait. Same travel, same speed. I think you just fixed it. Oh, I wasn't thinking about that. Sound workshop. I think you solved all my. I think you solved my whole life.
Solved
right
my whole life.
Okay, so this was genius. Check this out. So can Sometimes I want to show it above the comment like this.
There we go.
So the ratio is the thing. That's what governing the musical. So if this is 1, if this is 1 and this is 1 and green is 2, green is 2, red can be, this can be, if we make this 2 and we make this 4, the two sides will behave the same.
Ah.
So we can reach up there and we can have a nice, I can get the attachment point for the Bowden cable away from the whole thing. So I can angle the Bowden cable down. And the 10 millimeter travel, 11 millimeter travel that I'm planning for will have the exact same opening down here. Brilliant. This is brilliant. Fantastic. Thank you, Sound Workshop. I missed that. Totally missed that. So what I'm looking at now is if the new marble routing in is colliding with the green escapement arm. And this is actually the highest point of the escapement arm. So far it looks pretty good. Which also looks like we're not going to be super high.
But super fly. And with that, on that note, I'm hitting the Whiz Palace.
That's a fantastic solution, actually. Let's see. So this is a 7-degree angle there. Du-du-du-du-du-du. This is fun. This is actually fun. The ratio, I missed that completely. There's a story I used to tell. Some of you have heard it already. About this scientist that was very like professor who'd been working on some theory his whole life on some like high status university in some astrophysics or something, I don't know. And came a young lecturer to this professor's university and had a lecture proving like almost that the whole professor's life work was wrong, like with some new data or something. And like it was like apprehension in the whole lecture hall. It's like, how is this all famous like 70-year-old professor going to take this, you know? Like this young kid is just coming in and disproving his life work. And then at the end of the lecture, everyone was applauding and like looking back at this famous professor. And the professor is just like standing up, walking slowly towards the stage, and just extends his arm and just shake the young guy's hand and says, "Thank you for bringing new knowledge to this field and for proving me wrong." And like the whole lecture hall is like exploding in applause, you know, because it is kind of a virtuous thing to actually like change your opinion in mind in the light of new evidence, and that's kind of like one of the most luxurious thing to have all of you like with me here, like pointing out new evidence I think that's something that I have going for me that I love. I love when that happens. I just love I just love that process. Sometimes a little bit too much, so maybe it's like for novelty's sake. Oh, this cat is so messy. But that's also why I kind of really prefer to be working on this project over like something that is stuck, like the Marble Machine X. Because when you are presenting like new evidence to me, I can be that professor just walking onto the stage and just thanking you for increasing the knowledge in the field, you know. And we have Sir 3K back.
Yahoo!
I'm stuck in old CAD, Hannes.
Stuck in old CAD?
Yeah.
No!
I'm stuck in old CAD. I have to it's almost that I want to start over from complete scratch, but I'm not gonna do that. But I'm stuck in old CAD.
Alex Lyman or Alex Lyman. Unless you move the wheel as well, changing the right side red-green length even in ratio moves where the marble drops, which would also affect the tightness of the sound, right?
Yeah, so we can move the wheel. We will move the wheel. The wheel can be wherever actually. We're like half a marble up, half a marble down is no problem. Try this.
Ooh.
What am I doing? I should just offset this line. Okay, I'm stuck in old CAD. I have to make up with my past.
Settle the score.
So I should offset that arc for the perfect. Let me first find out what the distance here is. 26.565. Offset 26.565. There we go. How hard can it be?
What if this was easy?
26.565 minus boom. Yeah, to be stuck in old CAD is...
What do you mean about being stuck in old CAD? Please, enlighten me. You took shortcuts and now you have to pay for it?
Kind of, but no, right now I mean that I'm trying to use sketch lines that was intended for another design to align themselves to the new design to not lose too much parametric functionality in further down in the timeline, but I'm just realized that that's just not going to make my life easier. So I'm basically just mustering up the courage to delete everything here on the right side. This is better.
That's something you can do on your alone time.
What do you mean?
Delete and rebuild.
Yeah, it's
Simon Rosén is wondering, would kinetic fingers solve this issue? Simon, MVP.
most definitely. Of course it would.
100%.
Let's do 44 on this one. Yeah, so what I'm saying now is that I'm just going to start on a new foundation here for the hull design. And there we go. We're going to make all the lines black. We started on nice lyrics yesterday. All the lines are black. Have you seen if we have some new suggestions for California Dreaming? Or California Streaming, as Hannes thought. So that what we have so far. All the lines are black.
The lines are black.
And the sketch is constrained.
And the sketch is constrained.
So when I extrude my part,
I extrude my part.
and they will stay the same.
They will stay the same.
Circle is tangential.
It's tangential.
Rectangular array.
Oh, it's arranged.
California streaming
California streaming
on such a winter's day. That's what we have so far, but we're not entirely happy. So suggestions are very, very welcome. Because I want the story to be coherent. And the rectangular array is not, it's like when South Park took the hit on Family Guy. The jokes are not derived from the storyline. Those episodes are fantastic. So we have to make a California streaming lyrics, but it has to tell a coherent story if it's going to be really, really great.
It needs to tell the story.
Yeah. It can't just be random rhymes. What's that? What's that has to do with anything? California streaming. Do 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 do. Okay. I'm getting somewhere. It feels great. So a quick little fusion tip here.
I want to buy that song recorded. Tomi Suvovu.
Here a quick little fusion tip for you with the equal constraint up here. You can tell one marble to be 20 millimeters and then you press equal, and when you do equal on the other, they will all shrink to 20 millimeters. I never use the equal so much, which now means that you have kind of a mini parameter, because if I change this to 25, they will all change. That's kind of neat. Do 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 do. So now I should be able to lower this radius until I think the marbles are colliding too hard. Is this not working?
Uh-oh. Oh.
Why did the other thing change?
Are they constrained?
Oh, they're parallel up here.
Oh, of course.
So let's lock this angle 70 degrees. No. Aha, okay, I get it. I think I get it.
Now I get sent pictures of my cat just to ease my worries. Look at that, everyone. There she is. Oh,
Hold your whole hand in front, behind the phone. Pixel. What a hero.
and as my girlfriend says, we're watching birds and judging people. Two best things to do in the world.
What is my problem? Why can't I? What am I doing?
Almost human. 42 degrees. Is that something?
First of all, why is Fusion not allowing me to add this? Now it can. Okay. All of a sudden it allowed me. Strange. There was some kind of old offset maybe. So now I'm going to tell that this line is parallel with this line. And now I'm going to first start with this distance because I want the marbles a little closer because we want the Bowden cable as low as possible. So that's kind of what I'm working on here. Let's try that. And now if we pull an arc between these two, and I'm going to make them tangential, just like in the song California's Dreaming. The famous second line, the circle is tangential.
The Mark guitar also reminds us, how about Californication?
That's another
Yeah.
good alternative.
Cohen, you should derive all measurements in relation to the marble size parameter.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I'm cheating because I'm more in the design. I'm not making this parametric right now, and I should. Why is it jumping there? Okay. This looks better though. I'm happier about this tighter marble turn right now. But I don't like that it's snapping to the line there. There's no... Let's say that you are 40. Then maybe the marble won't snap. Yes, okay, this is better.
Yeah.
Now I have the marble free. Took me 100 years. Look, it's not that much higher. Look where our new marbles are.
Yeah.
It's not that much higher. If we can just change the ratio a little bit here, I think we're golden.
Ooh.
So, but we need to split out here in the end so we can attach two tubes. So what I mean is, like out here, we have to flare out from each other. So one track has to go like this, and the other track has to go like this, a little bit.
Uh-huh. For the pipes.
For the pipes, exactly.
Okay.
So where do we start with that? Maybe already here. There are 2 songs which has a call and response structure that demands a reply. One song is California Streaming. Whatever you sing, everyone else has to just reply.
Yeah.
So
The other one?
add in a dimension.
Another dimension.
Yeah, exactly. The other one is na na na. Don't you know the reply?
Na 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 na.
No, it's na na na. It's this famous snare drum that they recorded in the hallway. Simon and Garfunkel.
Ah, okay.
Na na na. Na 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 na. Those are the 2 I can think of at the moment. But I'll let you know if I know more. Okay?
Exploding at dude. All our problems would be solved if we just used 30mm marbles. Let's redesign to use them.
The Bowden cable would be worse, right? What problems would be solved, you think?
I don't know. Chris Berry says, I still like the idea of using 27mm marbles from pinball machines. Mm-hmm.
Currently, I am.
What's your investigational route now?
Currently, I'm staying like marble size agnostic a little bit. 84. Let's do 80 here. There's a 10mm incline on that. So here's another. Actually, what you just wrote. Who just wrote the pinball thing?
Chris Berry.
Chris Berry. Here's another extremely important point you just made. So the pros for the centered Bowdens allows larger marbles. If later allows, we want to make the marbles larger, having the Bowdens on the side of the gate would limit our design freedom at a later stage. So, super point. How big do we think PMMA tube is? For a 20mm marble. No reply? 22 inside, perhaps? 2mm wall thickness?
Oh,
something like that?
Sounds gorge.
It is gorge.
And Max says, hello Martin, the modular approach that you are implementing is a great idea. Why don't you have each individual module manufactured and tested separately? The integration/system test comes afterwards. And I think that is the plan.
It's a brilliant breakdown you just did. That's a super idea. It is probably going to be the plan, yeah.
Exploding at dude. It would be so painful ordering all new marbles after having thousands of 20mm marbles already.
Yeah, so I've asked for a sample pack of 20mm marbles just to learn about the materials.
Yeah. Well, you have 1 or 2 marbles in the Marble Machine X.
Yes. Let me skip this so I can be free with this distance. Because now we know I'm trying to fit in 2 PMA pipes here. So we have right now we have 13. So I need this to be 13 plus a space between the pipe. Let's do 2, 28, okay. And then we can mirror it over the center line. Hold down to choose from 2 sketch lines. I choose the wrong one. So right here, you can see I want to choose this short little line here. So I'm trying to choose that one. There we go. So now I know that we need this marble queue up here. So this doesn't have to be parallel. Let's start to split them earlier. Sketch is very slow. So I'm pulling an arc here, and now we have to make this tangential. See if the sketch is working with me. Almost. 20. Starting to finally getting into this new sketch.
Exploding at dude. As my robotics mentor used to say, design from the top down, build from the ground up. We have come such a long way since the MMX. Designing the way we are now will save so many headaches.
Oh, that's so nice to hear.
I like that. Design from the top down, build from the ground up.
What does it actually mean? Design from top down, build from... So, actually exploding at Dode. Can you explain the top down? Because everyone talks about
Top-down design.
Top-down design, and I never actually understood it. Maybe you can also search for it, Hannes. It feels like it may be time for me to start to kind of understand what that means. I thought it was like in 3D, like starting from the top of the thing. But I don't think that's it.
A top-down design is the decomposition of a system into smaller parts in order to comprehend its compositional subsystems.
Can you read it again?
A top-down design is the decomposition of a system into smaller parts in order to comprehend its compositional subsystems. And Mark Guitar says this, I like this one, design for the purpose.
Is that top down? Like design requirement thing.
Tom's Money Magic, design with the specific end product in design and work backwards.
Okay. Instead of kind of like, I'm putting these 2 pieces together and see if it turns into kind of a marble machine.
Carl Frailer. It means starting with the most important thing and designing the rest of the device around that.
It's almost like a minimum viable product.
Yeah, MVP design. Freddie Cantouche. First design the leaves of a tree, then the twigs, then the branches, trunk last.
Ooh, that's a brilliant explanation. So this looks like a kind of a grapes hanging down from a grapevine, right? So maybe we're on a good path. So I'm just looking if we can save more space before I go on and start to move things around. I'm scared of the height, but I shouldn't be. This is not big.
I'm here, Martin. We can do this.
I should be able to maybe move the PMA tubes more to the right. I'm slow because it's so close to perfection in my head, and it's just like nagging me. It's just nagging me. It's my maximizing perfectionism that it's making me slow right now. It's just nagging me that I can't put the Bowden cable exactly where I want it. And it just turns me apprehensive like this. As someone uses a good word. But I know what always works. It's just to keep on keeping on. That always actually works out of these situations. Moving this a little closer. That looks fantastic. Probably I have to make this a little larger. That looks better. I should probably start to get this fleshed out in 3D. Let's go back to the beginning of time. We did that wheel. Then we did this one. We did all of those. I'm gonna ignore that for now. And then we did this one. So let's see, we have some yellow snow here in the timeline. Let's start to go over that. I remember Fusion when it didn't have this manage lost projection feature. This is the best thing ever because we can manage lost projections and we can just ask Fusion to delete them all. And when I started using Fusion, that function didn't exist. So now you can see the yellow snow has been shuffled away. We didn't even eat it. Good, huh?
Oh yeah.
So now let's have a look at this mess. What even is this? So this is outline of our thing. And I'm going to start redoing this from scratch as well because we are living in a new world.
So some lyric ideas are slowly coming our way here in chat.
Good.
Jory Browns hopped onto a stream that I saw on YouTube. Well, Martin is still cadding. Martin is still cadding. And Hannes says whoop whoop.
Hannes says whoop whoop.
You know the chat has some suggestions.
Chat has some suggestions.
In Dropbox you'll see.
Dropbox, you will see.
California streaming.
California streaming.
Making the MM3.
Making MM3. So I really appreciate the suggestions, but I want to keep them more like focused on the story inside CAD. It has to be words. We want the whole song to contain some 99% words that no one else understands. That I think is would be amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna build the outline here of our thing, as I like to call it. I should probably do this a little bit more, maybe in the first sketch. Here. Let's try that. Because then we can... Okay, I'm getting around to it slowly. Here's my evil see-through plan, Hannes. Do you want to hear it?
Your master plan?
No, this is about... No, there was nothing. Forget it. Forget
So
it.
happy for 1 second.
Forget that I opened my mouth. The Bowden cable was there. I forgot it. No, don't want this. So I appreciate A for effort. But we have to keep it more centered, like inside. It's going to be like a totally inside Fusion 360 joke.
Then Doro says, can you create a Google Doc for the lyrics and make it public? By this, we could easier work on it.
Priorities.
This is high priority.
Priorities. I'm going to do it right away. I remember I felt a little bad for like fooling around when we had the joke machine. And so here I'm making it a sole topic.
California streaming.
California streaming lyrics.
There you go.
It's going to be there in 1 second. Wait, let me just start a new. Maybe we should do a Word document.
It is really important.
For the streaming. All the lines are black.
I think Doro and the gang has it on Discord. They can paste it. So you don't need to do this.
No. The document is not done yet. Editor. I'm making everyone editor. Anyone with a link is editor. Permission updated. First things first. So right there you have it. I'm gonna edit this link and call it California streaming.
Yes, finally.
Okay.
You know what to do.
If you make it good enough, I'll promise a recorded MP3 with Sir 3K on backup vocals.
Oh, yes.
Let's make it happen, everyone. And if you think I am some office humor is important apparently.
Gabriel Bartoloni. I think if you angle forward the top arm of the marble drop, you don't need to change the length.
Wait, this is interesting. If you angle forward the top arm. Yeah, but if we do that, Gabriel, I think the Bowden cable angle is worsening. So then the Bowden cable has to pivot. If I understand you correctly, the Bowden cable has to pivot as well. And that issue becomes worse.
Carlos Nunez. Amazing. CAD design, engineering, music collab, all in a single stream.
And I'm feeling a little bit better now because I had like the other sketch in another sketch. It doesn't tell you a lot when I just say it like that.
Sketchception.
It was a little sketchy. Sketchception.
Mark Grazia. Attach the cables to the axis of the escapements with a rotary attachment. No more leverage problems and all cables centered, plus much simpler escapement shape.
Attach the cable to the axis of the escapement with a rotor attachment. No more leverage problems. All cables centered. Plus much simpler escapement shape.
Rotary attachment. That's like the wheel that people talked about earlier.
I think what you're suggesting. I think what you're suggesting is just to put it closer to the. So first of all, right now we need the spring. So I don't know how we get the spring force if we do that.
Mark posted a drawing. Let's see if I can find
nice.
it.
Nice. I had 13 there. Let's do 13 here as well then. Offset 13.
So let's have a quick look at that then. The suggestion, rotary cable attach.
Okay, yeah, okay, so it's a rotary spring then. Escapement shape same but mirrored. Both cables open the same and centered. Rotary spring. So the rotary like that. I would say like in theory this is exactly the same idea that we are doing, but changing spring type. And I just had the feeling that anything that is less standard is more complicated. So adjusting the spring tension of a rotary spring is for me a more difficult problem than changing a compression spring. And it doesn't solve. I don't see what it solves. thought this was going to be 13. You are parallel to you. Oh, this is going to look pretty sweet, actually. Maybe we can have a little screw here. Maybe not. Let's mirror the escape wheel over the middle of the design. This is an issue I had yesterday. I want this wheel on the other side, but at another position. And I want it mirrored. And I don't know a really neat way to do that in Sketch with a pattern or anything. So the only way I know is to first mirror it and then move it. But it's not so neat.
Cohen rotary spring equals torsion spring.
Yeah.
Cohen also a torsion spring will make the gate work even without the Bowden cable.
How do you mean? You know, I just realized that I actually should recad. This is a step that I skipped over yesterday. I have to recad this wheel on the other side but mirrored. Yes, good Martin. This is a step that I skipped yesterday and I realized that made the whole design bad. I'm going to try to do it now instead. I don't see how that would work. The gate would work without the Bowden cable. Maybe I'm missing something. So let's do 7. And when the circle is tangential,
it will close on its own, Cohen.
Yeah, but it won't open on its own. So it will always be closed. So can we use that to some...
Memeplex, make it parametric this time.
Yeah, I kind of should. And I kind of don't want to because I want to figure out where to... I want to kind of still figure out where to put the Bowden cables. And it's going to be so... I'm going to... I think I'm going to redo this anyway. I'm not CADing the final versions here today. I think that's the otherwise you will have to, it will take too long time, I think. I mainly want to figure out how to get the Bowden cables. I want to show kind of the next generation. I want to see the next generation of the thing. I'm gonna sacrifice some parametric thing.
Sacrifice it. We have lunch coming up.
Yep.
So you keep that in mind.
Yep.
Work fast. Show us result fast.
14. Oh, this is great. So now I have the height, anyway, of the wheel separated. So if I do 10 here, you can see the marble queue is going down. If I do 20, you can see the marble queue is going up. This is now working great because when we do the leverage arm later, I want to be able to move this, slide this up and down. So now we have to see if we can see how this is made. These teeth. Let's start with this little 150 radius thing. That can't be too bad place to start. $1.5. How do you want to do today, Hannes? You're going to leave the stream up?
Do you want to continue after lunch?
Oh, yeah, you were gone.
I need to go and check if there's been a catastrophe at home.
That was it. You are coincident with you. Thank you.
But you can continue stream if you want to.
Yeah, I think I'll CAD on my own then this afternoon, and then we can reveal where everything ended. So let's wrap this up actually a little efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back and see what happened today. I think it was a brilliant stream, not from our side, but from your side. What we came up with. So we took some first principles decision about where this is going. So first of all, we have decided that the Bowden cables are going to be centered. People will love that. I love it. We have also decided to skip the Y-split inside the gate. And we used, if we go to the sketchpad a little quick, we used some nice mock-up first principles thinking. So I think this was kind of brilliant. So with the Y-split, we have two problems to solve. Without the Y-split, we have one problem to solve, and then we can copy-paste our solution. So I kind of love that high-level thinking. And also the Y-split gave everyone chills, including myself. There's some severe PTSD from the Marble Machine X right there. So no Y-split. Then we went over to the centered Bowden cable, and we did a long constant pros list, and friction can even be solved, with wheel if necessary. Hopefully not. So this results in where we're going, and if we go back to CAD a little quick, it takes me a lot of time to pivot, especially when I'm trying to rework a CAD thing that is not meant to do what I want it to do. So basically I'm restarting everything from scratch. But we have kind of the new incoming marbles like this, and it looks very exciting, I have to say.
Speaking of exciting, Sound Workshop is back. I think Cohen's point is that if you use torsion springs, you can replace the Bowden cables with simple cables that behave like string. If the Bowden cable becomes an issue, perhaps.
Okay, but I think that's a good idea. But I think here, these Bowden cables here are a simple string. So I think actually this spring here is actually just our addition. So the way I'm thinking is that we can actually... So these are normal, simple Bowden cables, but we just put a spring on them. is my idea here. So the torsion spring is nice, but it just requires me to do a lot of research that I'm not good at.
Yeah, and Cohen with closing thoughts there. I meant like in a bike brake, for example, the brake will stay open without the Bowden cable attached. In this case, the torsion springs will help the gate to close automatically.
So for example, when you're working with the machine and it's full with marbles, it will keep the gate shut when you detach the Bowden cable. Okay, now I'm getting it.
And speaking of keeping shut, it's about time we keep our mouths shut, right? Brilliant stream today.
Thank you all for like being in the trenches with us as we are trying to take everything we learned about better design processes and implement it and see if we can follow the dream of a functional marble machine. Thanks to Sir 3K, who is now going to leave for paternity leave, and I'm going to keep on cutting this, and hopefully tomorrow in some stream or in the main channel update I will be able to show you a glorious marble gate with centered Bowden cables and no Y-split. So thanks for all, and see you on the next one.
Thank you all so very much, and thank you for the wonderful support, like all the super chats and everything. It means the world to us. You are beautiful, everybody out there watching, and like drown us in love. We appreciate it so much. Thank you so much, and take care, everyone. See you on the next one.